Yo! Yeah, okay. Now we're talking here. Now we are talking, huh? A little bit of technical issues, not gonna lie. But, hey, it is what it is. Let me put it in here. What's going on, babies? What's going on, little ladies? Everyone get involved. Now I need to. I hope I'm on YouTube. I have no fucking clue what's going on with this thing, man. No, this is not what I need. This is not what I need. Hey, I'm live. That's good. That's good, baby. What's going on, everyone? That's what we need. A little bit of a hassle. I'm not fucking lying, man. All right, let me see. Do I have a chat and everything? Let me see what's going on here. Yes, we have. Yes. Hey, welcome, babies. I'm so sorry for the little inconvenience. Okay, let the chat here, and then we're gonna do some fun, huh? See, it's the God Starter project. It's basically 11 you. Yeah. It is what it is. I also actually need to make sure that I have. Let me close this real quick. Can I do another one on the other side? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna continue where I left off this morning. Okay, let me see the chat. What's going on, everybody? RA, what's up? Sam Pranav, hello from India. Volodymyr Zuev, hey. Dane Kinem, hey, can you do an episode about microservice and gRPC using prototypes? I already have that. It's already on YouTube, baby. Yeah. Hey, Yuhurt, thank you so much, man. Neovan for chats. Thank you for the donation, the little super chat. Much appreciated. You'll need to do that, but hey, thank you nonetheless. Hello from Colombia. Plata o plomo. I have 20,000 problems, but the Windows ain't one. This was what we need. Because we're going with a awesome speed. Localhost login. Sell this thing. Super Hunter. Boom. Alright, what do we have? We have a lot of stuff going on here behind the scenes, huh? Behind the scenes. What's up, favorite engineer? What's up, Denki? What's up, Umoto Yo-Yo? I suggest we go over a clean sheet. That's what I think here. Reset everything. If I can type. Just eat some chicken, and that's always a little bit. We're gonna make up again. And then we're gonna say go run scripts seat main.go user -- email cell at 11u.com -- site cell site presenter make live boom refresh the page buff do it again. Oh yeah, high energy programming today, mesdames et messieurs. Super Hunter, that's our password. If we can do that. Boom. Yes. Upload the articles of association. Very easy. Click this thing. Click this thing. Boom. It's uploaded. Look at that. Beautiful. All Golang, all HTMX. We can do again. I can do it again, and it's gonna say, hey, the file you're trying to upload already exists. Yeah, I'm a genius. Subscriptions is a little bit different because we have CSV upload here, and then so it's a multi-form. Right, you click again, and then you could say, for example, I'm gonna upload the same thing. So now we have a model, a multi-stage model with HTMX that's gonna stay here like that. That's pretty wild, I'm not gonna lie. One little problem I have is that these providers are getting loaded even though there is nothing here. So I can upload a real file and that should work, right? Accounting data is something we don't have, right? Or do we? Please select one or multiple files. Hello from Tunisia, I love your work. What's this project all about? It's livenew.com, man. Scale up. Multi-million-dollar company. You know what I mean? This is bold. This is not bold. I don't like this card here. It's like, oh, what the hell even is this? Wait. A little bit higher for the blind homies. For the blind, beautiful homies. Something I actually want to do. I was changing designs. It's not according to Figma. The designer has another color, and I said, fuck. I'm going to do it my way. Is any cool? Actually, to be honest, I'm gonna do a 700 here and a 600 here. That's better. I really like it, man. This color, not good. The problem is... Hey, ben je niet de ene van de tv? Ik ben de ex-vriendje van die VJ. You devs writing code with ChatGPT. Put my code bundle with detector and you find Anthony GG. From A to Z to the fantasy. I'm an engineer. That you probably never see. Right, spitting the rhymes here. Thinking, spitting the rhymes, streaming. I am a centipede. How do you say that? TV has a way of saving custom classes. Why not doing that rather than saving the TV classes to a string? What is TV, man? Oh yeah! Yeah. Tailwind. Wait, let me first do an Indigo. A BG Indigo. What is that here? Indigo, what is it? Let's pick 700 or something. I think it's a little bit. Whew, that's not what they're gonna like, huh? They're not gonna like that. They're not gonna like that. They're not gonna like that at all. Canceling the plan. It doesn't. Canceling plan. So what do you say here? TV. Add some more blue for the blind colors. For the blind homies. So, but never. Yeah. So why do we have this? That's because we want to change that up. If you hardcode this in Tailwind, you can have no clue to override these things. Well, you can probably, or you can't. Something to discuss, because for the super kit, I'm gonna make some UI components. I was thinking, how are we designing components? I don't think we're gonna design components like most of the people have in mind, where you're gonna have, for example, like a type input component, right? And it's gonna be a structure. And you see, this is the temple thingy. You're gonna have an input structure, a temple actually, temple, right? Temple input with some props, right? Input props. Problem is that it's not that good to do it like that. And that's what everybody's doing. The best way to do it is how we did it. Is, for example, is it in login actually? Can I show you that? Yeah, for example, you have a button here. You have a button, and instead of having a button component, you lay out the button class like this. This gives you way more flexibility. You could even do, for example, if you want to change the class of the button, you can do an UI class, right? And then you could say we fit or something, right? And you can extend that with multiple things. That's the way that I have experienced to work the best. And it gives you the ability to write HTML instead of writing these structures which are cluttering up your view. This is way more nicer. People say, hey, what is this? This is weird. It's not weird. You are weird, man. This is nice. Wait, is there no yearly option for Total Coder anymore? I could have swore I saw one before. No. There is no yearly option. I can make a yearly option, but I need to code it myself with some, I don't know, I cannot find something that just decently, that just works with crypto, it works with whatever. It's just, each of these platforms are basically, they have some cool stuff, but they lack stuff. And then the other platform has that stuff, but lacks the other stuff. It's like, it's just annoying. Code your own, you have no time. Why not Groovebox? What happens? I've become a soy dev. That happened. Alright, so that's that, right? Button template. Let's log in, babies. Let's do that. Super Hunter, the classic password. These things are good, right? Where's, oh, this is this other button. I don't want that. I want to change that up as well. This is a variant outline primary. Indigo, 700. Text Indigo, 700. And then if we hover, it's going to be BG Indigo. Hover, border, Indigo, 800. Hover BG. Hover BG stays the same. It stays the same, huh? Hey! The 7 is so... I cannot type the 7. Just realized that. Yeah, it goes to this color. Ah. Fine. Then this is changed, right? These things. But the problem, you see, and when you close a form, you sit in this state again. So there needs to be a back button, just like here, right? Side by side, dancing. It's gonna be this one. How did I fix that here actually? Connect your accounting data. Okay, that seems the same. Yeah, and then we have errors here as well. We need to fix that. Slice of string. Do we actually want a slice of string? Do we want a string? Actually, a slice of string. Submodel content. This one here, flex cap 3. Ah, yeah, I see what I did here. Yeah, it's here. I'm gonna make some space because I don't want to nest it again. I want to get it out of here and just paste it in. It's a little bit more nasty, but it's just like it's gonna help us with sending down properties, huh? Yeah. X show here, gap 3 flex call, and then we have this. Please select a file containing your subscriptions. So we should actually do wait, did we do this in a diff? Yeah, we did. Please select the file containing I have no clue what we need to say here because we need to have multiple files containing your general ledger or something. I don't know, man. And we have this back button, and the back button is here. Do we want to have this back button? Where is back button? Here, go back. Text we fit class. We could do this. UI button, spread these out, and that's going to transform into this thing. You could say a UI class wfit, and probably take a step back, baby. Take a step back. Variants. Yeah, it's the builder that doesn't exist, isn't it? The outline. Outline primary. Outline primary, baby. Outline primary. Okay, now we need to have the same thing for the subscription data. Hey Anthony, GG, I'm trying to learn more about HTMX. The div classes in your code seems to have very little names long. Would you use a basic CSS style sheet to define them, or is there an HTMX way? Hey, are you from Belgium? Because I would have to choose a whole school for IT, but I don't know which one. Man, you need to join the hogeschool voor hocus pocus and toverij. I think Thomas More is good. I don't know. Maybe you go somewhere in Ghent is fine, right? Pick some school. Doesn't really matter. They teach you the same thing. Java. They teach you all that stuff. You know. Pick one. I think it's fine. Depends where you are. If you want to go to Ghent, it's fine, man. Ho-Ghent. Ho-Ghent. Go Ho-Ghent. Ho-Ghent. Go that. That's good. Thomas More. I don't know where that is. Antwerp. So basically bit native. So would you use a basic CSS style sheet to define them? The div classes in your code seem to have a very little names long. I don't know. It's Tailwind, man. It's like I just try to, yeah. I mean, HTMX, you type this thing, you type this, and people say, hey, it's so ugly. Yeah, but you need to make a CSS, a JavaScript file, type 20 lines of code, do some whatever the fuck you need to do, and then compile it, build it, because you're writing TypeScript, so it needs to transpile it, and it's just annoying. I don't know what you mean with long. I think Tailwind is always long and still have zero confidence. Wait, what's going on here? I have learned Golang, but when it comes to coding, I get stuck many times. And my hands tremble. My hands tremble all the time. And I get stuck also all the time. Any idea how I can overcome my fear? How can you have fear? I create many projects. Feel like URL short in the cacher. Why? It's fine. How can you have fear, man? How can you have fear? How is that even possible? How can you have fear if you're coding? That's impossible. That you're stuck, that's very possible. But fear, how can you tremble? Like, just type stuff. You know, just go with the flow. How does it feel? How does it feel? And if it feels good for you, it does not need to feel good for anybody else. As long as it feels good for you. You will learn. It's your life. It's your journey. We are here for our own. We are not here for somebody else. Fuck them. But the community, fuck the community. What's the community? The community is basically, they exist out of 90% of basically idiots, right? Communities, programming language communities, the majority of them, they don't know shit, right? They are a bunch of nobodies. So don't we be too worried about that. This button, what does it do? Is file upload is false. That should work basically also in the subscription thing, right? Subscription. This is a subscription. I need another one. I need this one. Look at that. So fast. Question is, where did we drop that? Here? Yeah. That should be. Okay. That seems good. So please select file containing subscription. That should be fine. Close this thing. We are here. This thing. Close this thing. We are here. That's fine. That's exactly how it needs to be. Accounting the same thing. Can we upload a file? We could actually upload whatever. Right? It doesn't really matter. Boom. Works perfectly fine. We uploaded a PNG with a dick. And it's in our system. And it's all happening without any problems. We need to check that, right? I'm wondering, maybe it's... Okay. There is an error that I want to fix today. It's a nasty one. It's not going to be an interesting one, but it's like coding. Like, it needs to happen when it needs to happen. You know what I mean? This shit needs to get done. We cannot remove that. The question what it is, do they need to have the opportunity to do that? That's the question. We need to think about that. So the problem is this. So when I upload, for example, I'm going to upload this again. It's, well, okay, we didn't handle that. That's what we need to do right now. So let's do this first. There are a couple bugs. This one. This is going to be onboarding subscriptions create. We're also going to have... Which did we actually upload? Accounting, that's what it is. Subscription is fixed, accounting not, right? So we upload the file here. We need to show some messages, so we're going to actually copy the same thing here, right? Model open. Let me try to copy this actually. Don't repeat yourself. Are we just going to copy paste the whole shebang in here? Look at that. This is going to be as onboarding connect subs view props. That's going to be counting. Counting props errors. That's fine. I like it. I like it. And I'm gonna do errors as this. Props errors. Spread them out, baby. And we need to have do we still have this model? Yeah, we have it here. So do we want that? Because it's only just this, right? So do we actually really want to do that? Like all these little components for basically no fucking reason at all. We don't want to do that. So this is the model. This is the trigger. This is the content, which is this. Initially, we're gonna have some arrows here. And we're gonna put these arrows in here. That sounds good. That sounds good. This can be gone. Account model contents. Is the only thing we have is this, which we need to make. I think we can actually have props is okay. This is yeah, okay. We need that. We need that. Props. Yeah. Everything is aligned. Everything is aligned. It's looking good. It's starting to look good. The only thing we need is basically these things. Connect subs view props. We need to actually do the same thing for accounting. Connect accounting. I know it's a long name, but it better be very verbose, right? Props in English. Can't use props. Shut the fuck up. You can do whatever I say. You will do what you're told. What's up? Benjamin is here. Benjamin Beganovic. My man. My bro. We're cooking, bro. We're cooking. We're cooking. That's that. The model trigger, we don't care about the triguero. The props is the props. The only thing we need to do is render this beautiful lady. Set the state before it's too late. How did we do that? Let me open up another screen. Is file upload false? Yeah, that's what it is, right? Yeah. But why do we do that? Because it's false anyway. If you don't pass it, you idiot. Classic Golang. Classic Golang. Shit. The names, I should actually stick with these with the same names. onboarding account. Oh man, this is a nasty one, I'm gonna lie. And I'm gonna find it, I know, because we just added that. Let me see how many errors we have by refactoring this whole shit. Onboarding 108, that's what I thought. Let's go here. So what we could do, so by doing this stuff, we have control over the state of our models. So models, independent of language, or especially with multi-state, are not easy, because each time it happens, a model needs to be in a certain state depending on the state of your application. So now we have control. The thing is, connect account view props. View props. I'm actually a little bit like this, right? So that's no problem. That's no problem. I'm 100% sure I typed in the correct thing. It's just like that. Okay, now it's good. Now we're working. So now we need to basically, let me quickly restart LSP restart real quick. If you change too much files, that's it. So basically, now we can have control. So now we can say something like model open is true, right? You see? And now each time if we refresh and we go on the page, nothing happens. Okay, that's GG. Now we need to check because we need to yoink from subscription. How did we do that here? Aha, it's in the model itself. Okay. That's what I did this morning. I did the subscriptions. Now I need to add the accounting errors and all that stuff as well. So props model is open. Okay, cool. Now you can see if we refresh the page, it will always be in an open state, right? And we can also say, for example, let me close this. We can also say, for example, is file upload. Basically means that instead of being, I can show you that later, instead of clicking on connecting a provider like Stripe or something else, you're in a file upload. And that basically is going to trigger this. If I refresh the page, right, you see, right, actually it's not working. Okay, why is that? Is file upload. We are probably not handling that still. Here. Where is this thing? Ah, is file upload. Okay, is props is file upload. Yes, okay, cool. That's what we needed to do. So now, you see, now we're in a file upload, right? So now we are controlling the state of this. Now we have the option of controlling the state. So you can see where HTMX is going. Is you can do everything. Everything kind of works the same way as you would do in JSX with React. The only problem is that we basically are set back to 2008 or something, where we had the state problem. The state problem, right? Because what's happening is that you're gonna and I have a solution for that. I'm making a solution for that in SuperKit. Is that you're gonna have a couple components that are being rendered, and you're gonna have childs and parents, and then you have the problem like, okay, I need to propagate state from my parent to all my childs. And if you have 20 childs, you need to propagate that 20 levels deep. That's basically what we saw in the JavaScript world. And then some engineers came up with Redux, which was even worse. With these reduced and also that was crazy. And somebody came up with Zustent, and that was pretty fine. And then we came up with Svelte stores, and it was even finer. Unless you have the server-side rendering, because you cannot use stores server-side because you're gonna get fucked. So you can see that we went from. So it's like, how can I draw this? What's going on here? We went from this is the line, right? So we went from we have a solution, and that creates problems, and somebody solves a problem and creates more problems, and then we came with server-side rendering, and it's like, you see, it's a downward spiral where this was probably not a good idea. This was, so we need to find some kind of an equilibrium line, you know, the equilibrium, because it's like a markets. At a certain point of time, life balance itself out, right? Meta shift. And then you have a couple people. You have people that follow the meta, and you have people like me that basically inventing the meta, popularizing, believing in a vision and pursuing that vision. You know, that's something important, because the whole internet says no, but I say yes, and I stay to my yes because I believe in it. So the only thing that needs to happen is finding a way of good state management, and that's what Temple has actually already figured out, because we have something that is called the CTX. That's actually this magic variable you can call, and then you can use helper functions. For example, we have something like views. That's what we want. Views onboarding. Right? Views onboarding takes a context, right? Just like that. And we can call methods on this. For example, check. We can get some state like foo, and it's going to check that. Untype string as ostate key. Yeah, we need an ostate key, for example, np o key accounting. Something like that. So it checks that. You can have helpers that can store some kind of a state in your application across requests, so you do not need to propagate everything to your children. So that's something that you can do, if you know what I mean. Right. Refresh. Okay, so now we can control the state. Why is it so important that we control the state? Well, because if we go here, this is very simple. If I upload the same file, it can print an error, but we do not refresh the page. We just refresh a portion of it, right? There's no page refresh. The thing is that it's easy to handle a state here because you don't have a model. Here is a big problem, because you see, we have one state, two states. We sit here, we upload, boom. We need to stay in this state. If HTMX refreshes your injects, swaps your stuff, you need to keep this state. You need to keep this error here. What font are you using in the app? In this app, I don't know. This is like default stuff. It's some kind of a, I don't know what it is. Wait, why can I not? Oh, it's F. Yeah. Font. I don't know. I have no fucking clue, mate. Something default, man. So you can imagine that if people come from PHP, there's no difference coming from Ruby or from PHP. It's the same thing. It works the exact same. You need to do this. But if people coming from JavaScript, React, and they want to learn Golang and HTMX, they don't believe, well, they think that's a meme because they have no clue how it works. They have no clue of, hey, I am coding for 5 years in this framework. I have no clue how to engineer. I have no clue how to think about how these things could work. And you know what I mean? It's like finding some kind of a pattern that could work. How do we use that? That's the thing that I'm trying to figure out here. Well, but I kind of figured out already. And these things I'm trying to provide in the SuperKit project. We're going to make a lot of examples, data tables, self-contained components. All that stuff is what I'm going to teach you here, right? But I have a very busy moment right now because I need to finish this by the end till next week. It's kind of a deadline. I need to put my hands dirty. And after that, we're going to go ham on the SuperKit. And I'm going to show you how to build applications. And it's going to be Laravel, but on fucking steroids, right? Because you can maybe develop fast on Laravel, but there is a certain point in time you're going to get fucked. If you're going to deployments, all that stuff, shipping, this, that, it's going to be types, problems. Big projects are a pain in the fucking ass, man. Believe it or not. And what most likely is going to discourage you, because you, like I said, me and you, we are no different. I am not a super smart engineer. I am not an incredible person like, whoa, this guy is smart. No, it's not. I am just like you. There is a very high chance you are even smarter than me. The only difference between you and me is the state of mind. If you are working on a project and you put it on Reddit, or you're talking with people and they say, oh, that's not going to work, oh, nobody's going to use it, oh, blah, 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 you're doing it wrong, you're going to be demotivated, and you're going to feel bad, and you're going to stop working on your project because they say so. Or you read something on Reddit. Oh, you don't use this in Golang because it's not good, and you're going to be demotivated. And that's the thing that keeps you from leveling up, because you continuously listen. The people on the internet, even we as YouTubers, these are just normal people. Most likely also trash. You need to understand that, right? We are no godlike entity. Most of the time, all the discussions you find on the internet are opinions from nobodies. So don't listen to them. Most of the time, the people with the most interesting stuff you can learn from, all these people that are not very well known. People with less followers. I know people with 20 or 40 followers on Twitter that are insanely smart. These have way more interesting thing to say. But what happens, people don't listen to these people because, oh, this guy has only 40 followers. Haha, I'm not going to listen to this noob. That's the problem. This is the state where we live in today. So take this as an advice and only listen to yourself. You know what I mean? That's the thing. The HTML swap model is essentially what RSC are trying to do. Yes, exactly. Yes. Again, I say it again, like HTMX is so simple. It's a very simple concept, right? Normally you have your app. Actually, I don't like to draw these things. Normally you're going to have an application right here, and you have a front end, right? A front end file. This is your JavaScript, and this is your, I don't know, PHP or whatever, or Go or something, right? So what's going to happen is that this is going to be your backend, right? This is your backend, and this is going to be your front end, right? So back in the day, what we needed to do is we needed to write some jQuery. How do you do jQuery? Something like this. jQuery.get or something. jQuery.get, right? Which is going to get your backend. It's going to return data, and this you're going to JSON.parse, whatever these things are. Line if, then if, error, handle, try, catch, swap my element in my div. That's basically what you needed to do. So you need to have a JS file or a framework, and you needed to have your backend. Or you can have your backend. Does not need to be an SPA. It could be just you know what I mean? It could be just a file or something. It doesn't need to be a big framework. But with HTMX, you can have your backend here, right? And instead of, you render your HTML with some helper functions embedded, HX get or something, right? and with a couple of lines, and what this is going to do is going to replace this, right? So instead of doing this, you do it in here. That's the only thing it does. That's the only thing. So you're basically it's a shortcut. We are not saying that we want to stop using JavaScript. We want to stop making it ourselves a little bit too hard, going back and forth. Because a lot of these things, like I said, like a lot of these things that I do right now, is like if I would tell you that all this stuff happens just with Golang from the server, nobody's going to believe me. You're going to say there is JavaScript involved for all this stuff, right? It is, but I am not writing it, right? It's behind the scenes. Most of the time, you do not need this crazy JavaScript stuff. Why? Unless you have some high interactive application for education or something, but like 90% of the applications can be written with just these HTMX things. And maybe you need some little sprinkle here and there. It's perfectly fine, right? We have charts. I can show you later. We have charts running. I have some JavaScript as well, but I write it as well in a template file, right? A couple of JavaScript stuff, so I can communicate with my backend variables in my JavaScript. And that saves me a lot of time. Is it pretty? Maybe not. It saves me a lot of time. Maybe I can show you. Where is this thing? A line chart or something? This is my line chart, right? So this is my script. This is my JavaScript. I have JavaScript in a Go file. I'm just calculating stuff here for the line chart, right? And this script just receives Golang. It receives these props, right? And if I cannot explain people that this is amazing, then I don't know. And it's all typed. You know what I mean? It's all typed. That's the thing. And it's not strict, hardly typed like in TypeScript, where it's sometimes so annoying. It's Golang. People say, yeah, the Golang type system is not so good. Thanks God. Thanks to fucking God it isn't. Thanks to fucking God it isn't. Because that makes the language the future. Because it's flexible. But also not. You know what I mean? That's why. And I believe in this. But somebody needs to advocate this and needs to show it. It needs to show on the people that it's easy and that it's nice. But nobody's doing that. Except me and a couple of others. And I'm gonna utilize my presence online to do that. No? Thank you so much, Undefno. Subscriber tier 1. 3 months now. Thank you so much, man. Amazing. So that's that. A little bit of a thing. So what are we doing here? Yeah, so like I said, I'm going to refresh the page and it's going to have this. Accounting is going to have the open state. You see? Because I said so. But we don't need that, right? But I'm just want to show you that. Well, we need that for errors. Right? We need to control the state of the form for errors. So we don't close it. And that's where people fuck up. Well, because they don't know. And that's the reason why I say, hey, it sucks, man. HTMX sucks. I go back to React. So I can have these states. So I can have all these states. Even with refresh. Even with when I swap. Because they don't know. And that's why we need people that actually want to dive in, like me, and educate people. Okay. This is something you don't actually do not want to do, this one. And that's why I'm not a big fan of a lot of components, styling. That's why I'm a big fan of this. Can I do, for example... No, I cannot show it to you right now, but anyway. Because this needs to be safe listed. This needs to be in your safe list. I have nothing in my safe list for my whole application. And all these things I have. Max W 345 XL. So I can modify my models. But I need to safe list them. And if you don't know what safe list is, Tailwind safe list. Look it up. Okay, so in the handler, we don't want to render this, right? So we're going to render just a complete empty state here. So we just render it with connect accounting view props. And now it's going to basically, if I refresh the page, it's going to not open the model. But I need to manually do that. So I have uploaded some files, so I want to double check if I actually going to get some errors right now, because this is already up. You see, boom. Right? It keeps my state. And let me refresh, right? So normally wait, we go back to subscriptions. That's because I do this. Wait, we have a problem here. Because I copy pasted the subscription data. I copied the subscription data, baby. Here's connect subs view props. We are in accounting. Connect accounting view props. That's what I mean. Yeah. How is this even? How can this even work? Ah, here, that's it. Yeah, you see, we copied this. Wait. Yeah. Now we cannot use that. Why is that? Because these props are wrong. Wait, this is the Go file. We don't want to be in here. Aye. I really hate these long names, but I need to be very verbose because otherwise it's going to be insane. As I'm putting connect accounting view props. Can I do this? No, I can't. Connect accounting view props. This one, this one, this one. So I wonder what the other, what does that mean? Accounting view props. These props, right? Oh, yeah. I know what it is. We're just rendering accounting, I think. That's what we do. Okay, let me try again. Wait, we have an error. Oh yeah, I closed everything, that's the problem. Let me upload the same file. Okay. You see? Okay, it keeps the state here, that's nice. So, let me do it again. Yeah, that was this error. Yeah. There's one error we need to fix after this. It's re-uploading. Okay, so now you see the model gets swapped and the page not refreshing, but we're keeping the state. Nice. So you can see, you see document here, right? So the cool stuff is we work with providers, right? So how we modeled and engineered is that we have the concept of providers, and document is also a provider. And for example, you could CSV will create a document provider which could have multiple files, but you could also need to integrate that still. For example, you can pick Stripe, and that will basically create a new this thing below that, and it's going to be the Stripe provider, and then it's gonna have your Stripe accounts, because what we see at customers is that they come up with files, and they also want to have Stripe, and they have 2 Stripe accounts, and then they have something else, and they want to just connect all the shebang. So we need to support all these things, and it's very complicated, believe me. It's very complicated. All right. How are session handled? Cookies and session data on a server like PHP. Does HTMX have something built in for that? Sessions, I handle session with Gorilla Sessions. The Gorilla Session tool is where we handle that. HTMX doesn't create tight coupling with the backend. What if I want to have an app connecting to BE? Yeah, so HTMX renders HTML. So if you want to use something like yeah, it renders HTML. If you want to have native apps, it's not going to work, right? If you have a native app that needs to be rendered, you need to have APIs for that. But the thing is that most of the time, people are a bit. It doesn't work like that. If you have a website that works with a backend, I mean, it's rendering HTML. HTML, right? And if you have a mobile app, it's not using HTML unless you just go with the web browser. But this needs to have something else. And you could say, yeah, but then you write duplicated code. That's not true, because most of the time your business logic is abstracted anyways, right? You're not gonna have your business logic in your control in your views, right? But the thing is that the data you're showing on your web page is going to be different, slightly different than on your mobile, because you cannot show. It works. Trust me, it works differently, right? You're not going to have. That's why GraphQL came in, right? Because devs could query the data they want, regardless of, because websites have way more things that they can show, bigger screens. So you're going to fetch different data than for mobile. For mobile, you're going to fetch less data most of the time. It's going to be more leaner than in a big website. Well, at least that's what I experienced, right? So that's why GraphQL came in, because you could just pick what you want and you just define it on your server once. And that was nice. But indeed, HTMX creates... But your view is HTML, right? For mobile, you're going to have another view. It's going to be APIs, right? Unless, like I said, I think, and this is the problem from the providers, Apple and all that stuff, for the App Store. That's basically the cockblocker. I think you could make perfect mobile apps with just HTML and web browser, and it feels as native as it gets, if you really want. 100%. 2024, I cannot believe that we do not have technology to run apps seamlessly in a browser that can interact with the native application, because the browser is just, the browser is an application on your system, right? So that could have exposure to the underlying architecture, to the underlying platform. Because I think where we need to evolve, if I was in control, if I was Elon Musk or something with a big influence, I would basically would use HTML for everything. Desktop apps, mobile apps, websites, everything that has a UI should have HTML. Why? Because everybody can write it. It's a very good spec, and it's very well documented. It's easy to write. It's just easy to interpret. It's easy to parse. It's XML basically, and you could basically power the world with HTML everywhere. And nobody needs to. How do I need to make desktop apps? And you need to do all that bullshit and OpenG and all that. Just HTML, and the underlying implementations should just convert the HTML to whatever graphic rendering they are doing, right? If it's OpenGL or whatever, or just, you know what I mean? If that's what I think it needs to evolve to. Just HTML for the whole shebang. Even browser capabilities for sensors are decent now. Yeah, if they really want, they can. If they really want, you can make like I said, the browser is actually just an application running on a system that you can write it. I mean, if you can write a CLI application, it's the same thing as a browser. It just has more functionality. So if you're gonna write a CLI application that can interact with all your system, right? You can write a CLI app that can then that can pop up windows everywhere, that can shut down your PC, for example. But, the browser have the same capabilities, but it's all about security and specs and how do you know what I mean? So they need to come up with a general spec for that, but they can't. That's why the same thing with WASM. It's the same. WASM is like 5 years, even longer. It's all that they're discussing about the same thing. It's like a general spec. How do we need to spec that, right? And why is it a problem? Because you're working with people, and working with large group of people is a fucking pain in the ass. And is what the world makes. That's why the world is slow, thanks to people. Because you have all these entities, bigger. I need a bigger thing. I need a big dick. All these entities are basically in the conversation, and before they can have like a solution, they need to agree. The majority need to agree here, right? And that's a problem. Democracy is a big problem. It's not a problem. It takes too long. But hey, enough bullshit. Thanks for the explanation, Anthony. By the way, really like your Go content. Learn so much. Thank you. Thank you for being here, man. Okay, so what is the bug? The bug is very. I think it's. I don't know. It's. I tried to check for that bug this morning, but I gave up very fast. Besides that, I'm very happy because we are almost at the banking step. And then I need to do maybe one. I think a provider is not actually really necessary yet. Although we could do that. I think I can, if I, on a good morning with some caffeine and some nicotine, I can integrate Stripe very fast. We already have that actually in another project. And then we have this onboarding ready, man. I would be so happy because that was a pain in the ass to make that. And I didn't have any Figma. Well, we had this and this, but all the rest I figured it out myself. I changed the color as well because it was just a pain in the ass. I was getting blind. I was getting blind. I was developing on this app for so long and I was getting blind. Listen, I swear to God. But now I fixed it for my own sake, for my own sanity. What's the problem? The problem is, I'm going to upload a file that's already existing, right? Doesn't really matter. It could be a file that's not existing. Let's do a file that's not existing. For example, this image here. Boom. Works perfectly fine. You see, HTMX refreshes. Swaps. But now, I didn't refresh my browser. The problem is that... Wait, here is going to work. It's not going to work in the model. Wait, so let me upload something like this. Okay, this already exists, right? So now I'm going to do it again, right? Because, okay, it's already existing. I'm using another file, for example, this stupid PDF. You see, nothing happens here. Even need to be careful that we don't, like a font or something, boom. You see, it's nothing happening. It's not triggering the backend. It doesn't work anymore after the first swap. Why? Why is that, guys? By the way, I have this verification coming. It's coming in hot. Very soon with the SuperKit babies. What is the code for the HX posts? Wait, I can actually find it here. So I think that the problem is coming from this thing. Man, this Benjamin always comes with interesting stuff. I don't know who this guy is. I think he's basically, I don't know, a descendant of Google. It's crazy. What can do today? What is that? I need to check that. Like every stream this guy he always has something interesting to say that I don't know. So is these people actually you need to hang out with these kinds of people. People that can actually learn you stuff. That are the people you need to be very close with. Especially if you're getting older. It doesn't mean that you have 20 years experience that you're the man, right? I mean, experience is something you can lose. Believe me, especially in technology, you can lose that. And that's happening with a lot of old devs. They feel important, but they are losing experience because they are sticking with Java and they keep writing that, but they lose a sense of everything else out there. They completely forget what's out there. So you need to stay lean and mean. Right? You need to absorb. You need to absorb the things. Most of the time, it's not going to make any sense, but it doesn't really matter. You can think about that when you're asleep instead of jerking off, for example, which could be also beneficial from time to time. I mean, releasing energy. Hey. Okay, so I think it's this thing. It's the change from file input. This is something we need to. Is an HTMX. HTMX. Change from file. Let me see if you can. In a nutshell. Benjamin, I just care about tech, so I like sharing stuff all the time. Sometimes even get boring. Why are you not on my Discord channel? That's a question. I mean, why are you not? Are you in there? I mean, we have so many cool people. I don't think you're in here, unless you are somebody that I have some smart people on my server, I'm not gonna lie. I have really smart people. I met some smart people in my channel, on my Discord. Very smart. Which is also a little bit of the benefits of spending my time on the internet is you're gonna meet some people and it's going to enrich your life. You're also gonna come across a lot of haters and trollers, but I mean that doesn't really matter, right? I mean, it would be nice if somebody could build an HTML that transpiles to, for example, native code. Should already exist. I cannot imagine that nobody did that. To like native code for on a mobile phone, so you could just, and then yeah, would be amazing. Anyway. We need a tutorial for how and what does it take to raise VC funds. I was in a VC call 2 days ago. No, yesterday I was in a VC call, a big one. I don't know. What does it take? It takes credibility. It takes credibility. It was pretty funny because what they were asking as well was one of the questions. Slack is not open. One of the questions was what kind of an impact would AI make on your product, and what are you doing right now with AI to make your product even better? That was a question they asked me. And you can clearly see that these guys really want to jump on the AI bandwagon, whilst I think it's complete bullshit. Right? I think all this AI that is out there right now is just nonsense, right? All these LLMs, I mean, language models, I mean, what can they do? You can make a porn chat, a porn conversation model and all that stuff. That's kind of good. So you can use, it can parse some stuff. It can do some stuff, but it's not revolutionary. I don't even understand. But these guys, they don't know that, right? They're just financial people. They think that. I think the only thing that AI really did well right now is vision and voice. I think that's amazing. That's very nice. Like generating these models, that's crazy. It can generate just a picture of a woman and you have no fucking clue if she's real or fake. That's crazy. Anyway, so I think it's this thing. So we need to check why that happens. Jeez, HTMX tag is changed. It actually. Okay, I'll change this. Mouse enter. You can do these ones. This is amazing, right? So you can do cool things. You need do me a favor. Spend some time reading through all these things and just think what you could build with that. I mean, just this is just like an HTMX trigger mouse enter once. This is gonna only do this event once. You could do some cool stuff. And the cool stuff is that you can fetch data that returns HTMX that does things again. Right? So you return data from the server that does with HTMX attributes that does things again, which returns again data. So you could really make it something very interactive and something very secure. It's coming from the server instead of coming from the client. Okay, the key up, so you could do that. Okay, I see. For example, like this full text search is where you type. But I'm looking for this change event because yeah, we have that. We know this stuff. Oh, you could use view transitions as well. Is this HTMX2 docs? So what this is doing is basically it's on change of this file input. Trigger, input. File upload, drag and drop. Okay, it's okay. I see this thing. Do we have? Man, guys, I have some problem. I actually want to ask this. I have a MacBook, and I use my command key for a lot of stuff. For example, like toggling this. I'm using well, on Windows I have this key, right? The Windows key. I don't know if you can see that. I actually cannot show it. I'm an idiot. The Windows key, but it's rebinded to control. But on Mac it's the command key. But on my Vim, in my Vim config, I use this binding, right? I'm using this binding to do all that stuff, like MB or something, right? Toggle something. On Mac, this M is actually the option, right? Which is next to the command. I don't want to rebind the option to the command because that would be, then I cannot do this, right? This tab switching on Mac. But on Alacrity, I should remap there should be a way to remap the terminal, this command, when I press, for example, when I press the B with the modifier command, that should actually output chars as if it was option B, which is some escape character. I don't know, it's maybe something like hey, what's going on here? Why can I not find this key? Is it... Huh? Oh, it's my other fucking keyboard. Is it here? Oh, it's so annoying. It's... Oh, yeah, I remember. I switched keyboard. I normally use this one, but now I have this other one. And this button here is one... This backslash is one row below now. So it should be something like, I think, X1BB or something. I don't know. Something like that needs to up, but it doesn't really work. So I'm figuring that out. And in that way, I can basically keep the same configuration, my NeoVim configuration for Linux, Windows, and Mac at the same time, instead of rebinding to DB, which doesn't work because DB is binded in Alacrity to backward search. And if you disable that, you disable the complete key. I have no solution. Please help me. So if you watch this video and you can help me, hey, why not? Okay, Benjamin, let's see. Well, file input isn't in the scope. HTMX doesn't know if it's changed, no? For library, it stays from nothing to file. You can reset input file, re-render it after successful response. Well, I think that's the problem. So what I think is that, well, what's that? Oh, you could cancel request. Okay, I see. That's weird. What is that? Anyway. Oh, that's cool. Actually, that's cool. We could use that. We could use this each time you're uploading, to be honest, right? So the cool thing is that it just works. I need to re-log in because my cookie is broken. So what we could do is, the first time it works, right? You see, boom, it's gonna error out because it already exists. But the next, wait, this is actually, it keeps working without the model. You see, boom, you're loading. You see, it's loading. Loading again. Loading again. Same error. But subscriptions, it doesn't do that. Well, it does it the first time, right? Loading, boom, error, and now nothing happens. Nothing happens. Why could that be? Nixos. You could check out Carabiner for macOS. You can do crazy custom mapping stuff. Yeah, the thing is, it should only remap. The problem is if I remap my option key to my command key is that I cannot do this. Like, you see, I tap a lot like that. I just need to have command B and command J. But I already fixed that. But command B, I cannot fix it. Command B needs to toggle my thingy. And it, for some reason, I cannot fix it. I will check that out. Thanks so much, Nixos. Yo, Mansour, toujours l'amour. What's up, baby? So why would it be that it's only in the file upload problem, right? That's the question. I'm trying to come up with. I'm trying to think here real quick. Maybe I could make sense. Source Code Pro is basically a nice font. That's the one that I'm using right now. Source Code Pro. It's such a good font. I really like this font. For some reason on Windows, I don't know what it is, but when I restart it, I need to reinstall the font. I don't know why that is. I don't understand. Maybe I need to do, I don't know. Just double clicked it, man. I mean, you can do per app mapping and things like that, but yeah, getting keyboard shortcuts to place nicely between Windows, Linux, and macOS can be a pain, mainly because of whole CMD situation on Mac. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Well, the funny part is that it all came from Mac. I started out with Mac, so it's the command key that I used to do a lot of stuff. And normally for Vim you should rebind everything to the leader, but that's not always a good idea because sometimes it could be slow because a lot of things are listening for leader. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I should just use leader for that, not gonna lie. And just get rid of that because it's just my thumb. It's like, I need to do this. A little bit. Click. And then click it. And then, I mean, my thumb is already on the space. So it should be way more easier to do that. And still, it's the muscle memory that fucks you over. It's so weird. It's like, you just need to press it instead of moving and pressing. And still your muscle memory isn't used to that. And if you do this for a very long time, it can be very, very hard to break. I mean, I think leader E also needs to do it as well, you see? It's like leader E here. I should just keep leader E, by the way. Like, leader E does this. But I also need it with this. It's like... Anyway. So this file, drag and drop. That should actually be an... It is this file input. Is this something? Maybe it's like... Why is this so... Man, what? Huh? Okay, I understand that. How do we do this? Get elements. How do we type in these things? File. Is it like this? Man, this is weird typing in here, not gonna lie. I was thinking maybe there were it renders 2 or something, but it's not, right? I don't think you re-rendered the input field after successful upload, so I think it is. It's just the same, because so you need to understand that the way this here it works continuously, like boom, boom. It keeps uploading, it keeps erroring out because it's already existing. But this uses the same component, right? It's the same file, drag and drop. This thing is the same, right? It's with AOA. I can show you AOA. See this one. Oh, I'm in the same. I'm in the file. Okay, GG. You see, this is a very simple view because we don't have all these states. But It uses the same thing, right? You see? But for accounting, for example, or subscriptions, I can show you next to them. You see, it's the same thing. The only difference is that this lives in a model. And there should be no difference because by the end of the day, you re-render the HTML the same way as we did with the articles of association part. And there does it work, and here not. So there's also nothing in my console that's logged like invalid this or invalid that, or couldn't find this or couldn't find that. So I have no clue why that is. File upload, drag and drop. So I think it should be something with on errors. So things like these big long things, what you should do is you should actually do it like that a little bit, right? And if you really want to be fancy, you could do can I do that? Okay, we went too far. We went too far. We went a little bit too far with the Rubyism. Okay, what do we have here? What is the issue? Mansoor, did you understand the issue right now, what we have? So, if we are articles of association, this is just no forum, and we are uploading here. You see it works, right? So it's spinning, it's uploading, it does stuff, right? It's going to the backend and it's rendering this error here. But if you are in a forum, if you are in a forum here, right, in a multi-stage forum, and we do the same thing, it's gonna work. You see, it's working. But the next time we do it, it does not do anything anymore. So does that mean because the states, and it doesn't really matter if it's an error or not, right? I can actually. I mean, I can, you could say, maybe it's the error. No, it's not. Man, how many fucking minutes does it take, man? Hey, or less disabled. Where is this provided? Hello. Documents, I'm gonna delete them all. This is so slow. It's weekend, of course, and you know what happens with Supabase, right? Built in a weekend, scaled to millions. Dark Wolves? Nah, Nathan is here. What's up, Dark Wolves? Ladies and gentlemen, Dark Wolves has entered the chat. If you don't know who Dark Wolves is, I will show you right now. Twitch. If you stream, I will send everybody to your thing. Dark Wolves. Dark Wolves. Is it this boy? Here. No, it's not. Here, this one probably. Conan Exhaust. It's also not him. He plays Rainbow Six Siege. I don't know. I cannot find him. Meh. Cannot find him. Hey! Trash Supabase, man. Inspect present element. You'll see 0 next to it. That's how many. That's your variable in the console. That's crazy. Is that true? Hey man, if I'm gonna wait so long, I'm gonna do a make reset and fuck it. And I'm gonna see the user in. Do I have this command? Yeah, I got him. Got him, baby. You see, that's even faster. Stupid ass. If you refresh, you're gonna need to relog in here. You're gonna pick cell sites. Super Hunter, which is Dark Souls password. And we are here. So basically, let's go to subscriptions here. Let's upload. Boom. Boom. That works. You see, it works. It didn't refresh the page at all. It swapped the page. We have this thing going on because we uploaded one. We have this thing going on. Let me reconnect once again. Something else. For example, this thing. You see, it doesn't work anymore. You see? But if we refresh the page, and we do it again, then it works. But it's because something is happening with the swap. You see? A little tiny error. You can't find me because wolves is changed, so it's like dark wolves with a big Y. Why would you do that? Why would you use an I instead of an L? Aton, what the hell, man? God fucking damn it. What are you doing? Are we sure HX stuff is preserved after swap? Yeah, because this thing is the same as this thing, which is also a swap, and this works all the time. What am I? Onboarding. Yeah, you see, I'm just rendering, right? I'm not redirecting, I'm just a render. I just render this thing. Ah! Seems strange. Yeah, it's weird because the reason, I mean, it wouldn't be strange if if this thing without the model had the same problem. Then it could make sense. And that was my first thought would be, yeah, it's basically the event, the how does it call that? That the swap event's not triggering anymore. By the way, if you're an Electricity user and you have your mouse here, you have a config variable where if you press a button, your mouse disappears. Which was, I don't swear to God, the most annoying thing I had with VS Code. Each time this mouse was here and I was coding and it's still in the way and I needed to do it away like this and it was annoying. And now it can be right here, just like that. The mouse could be right here and it's already gone, you see. Beautiful. Well, people say that I'm coding on Windows, but Windows is my front end and Linux is my back end. You know, I'm actually on Linux, but on Windows. It's hard to explain to people, but the reason why I have Windows is so I can play Rainbow Six Siege with Dark Wolves, you know, my buddy. So I'm thinking here, I have no fucking clue what the problem is. It should be something with the model. We can test that. Could it be a target problem? No, because if it's target problem, HTMX will yell in the console. It will say target. What we could do is this. We could actually get this thing out of the out of its model. But why is this post here? This HX post at the same thing. I was wondering this morning, what the hell is this thing? It's onboarding subscription that doesn't even exist. This handler doesn't even exist. Wait. Onboarding sub. Doesn't exist. What is this for? Why is this even a forum? Wait, would that be already something that's a problem? Wait, I'm in the wrong view. Wait, what's that? Something is missing padding. Actually, gap 3. Let's just join this. Huh? I did the same thing as gap 4. I'm so fucking confused. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. So, okay, and then you see, just do nothing anymore. Whatever we do, doesn't really matter. It's not gonna. So the only thing we can actually test that is by this file drag and drop. So let's just what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna just yank it out. Where is this? What the hell? That is model content. I'm an idiot. Wait, let me. This is accounting. This is accounting. This is the accounting page. We need to make sure we are. I'm looking for a good place to flop this in. This is the model. Okay. But now we're gonna probably have this form as well. I cannot do a GCC because it's. Let me just do this real quick. Wait, that's a problem. Okay. Man! Wow, this X on after request is pretty sick. Ah, it's on PS5. I wanted to change to Dark Wolves, but somebody had it already, so that's why I'm using something else. Okay, makes sense, man. Makes sense. You could actually use a triple Z or something, right? Dark Wolves with triple Z, and if that's already been taken, you take 4Z, quadruple Z. You know what I mean? Pentazy, Pentazy, Pentakill. Triple kill, quadra kill, pentakill. Is that Neo Vim? Yes. Okay, so I'm thinking here what could be the best way to start debugging this, because I am moving things around, and before we know, we are in a rabbit hole where we don't even know if what we are swapping, I mean, what we're replacing is actually going to work because we replaced it. So, and then we are in how you call it, this rabbit hole, this endless loop where nothing's going to work because you're actually breaking different things. Been there, done that. So that's not what we're going to do. So we're going to actually. Okay, I remember this action. You see, I remember this, and I'm gonna go back to this time, and I said, let's not go to that thing. That's too far. Let's not take it too far. That's exactly what I said. And we saved, and we continued. So this is gonna be it. Accounting data. Errors. Perfectly fine. Not working anymore. I'm still not convinced if it's red and I drag that it's turning into another color. It's very confusing. But it's also very confusing for the user that he's dragging over that it's red. It's like, can I do it again? It's like... Does file input in model works after successful file? Yeah. No. No. Not in a model. The thing is that we tested it here. It works. It's gonna work. I'm gonna upload this, it's gonna work. Boom. This picture. Boom. This picture. Boom. And I could make this status. I'm gonna make this status bar. I'm gonna make it so good that basically everybody from my marketing team is gonna come with an orgasm. Ah! Poor harm! Ah! And they're gonna come all over the fucking place because they see this progress bar. Man, I'm so good at basically imitating a girl that's coming. It's crazy. Maybe I had a lot of experience with this kind of scenarios. Think about that, right? How should I know? Maybe I watched too much videos. That could also be something like that. Probably that. It would work if you used React in 20 dApps. That's not true because it's working. It's working already. It's just... Yeah. This special use case for some reason, I don't know why. I'm thinking it should be a simple thing. That why could that not be? Why could that be a problem? Put your finger in your put your finger here and think. My family was guys, again. My family was literally next to me and heard that. I understand. like I said, I'm not safe for work. Anthony GG is not safe for work. Is and safe. Warning on Anthony GG. He tends to be not safe for work, so try not to have him playing loudspeaker around kids' co-workers. You have been warned. It's on Reddit. It's on the internet. So don't complain. I am not safe for work. That's always the case. Like, for example, the previous stream, I was very safe for work. I was the most professional streamer on the fucking planet 2 days ago. Today, it's Friday. That basically means the worst day of the week. But Anthony, why is that the worst day of the week? Because Monday is the best day of the week. But why is that the best day of the week? Because it's the week where we can start working again. Without feeling guilty. Because in the weekend, we work, we're feeling guilty. Because we should also take time to relax. That's why I hate Fridays. Because in the weekend, everybody is running in your way. On the streets, everybody is in the way. In the shopping mall, everybody is in the fucking way. Everybody is out there in the weekend. We don't want to deal with that. So the faster it's Monday, the better it is. Because then everybody is working and we are alone on the streets. Are you using any component slip? Yes. What we do is this. If you think Go is bad because you cannot make UIs that fast, then you're not correct. What you do is this. You go to pine.js. Right? Voila. Voila. Voila, lad! You click this link. You wait for the stupid animation to stop. You go to elements. You select what you want. For example, a table. You see this table here? Right? Beautiful table. Also, wait, let's pick something more significant. For example, a drop-down menu. You want this. You see this? Code. Copy. You copy that and you paste that in a temple component and you're done. You do this. You do this. Temple. Foo. Bar. This. Paste that in. Save it and you're GG. You know what I mean? This guy at Hamawan doesn't exist. For some reason, is that here? Let's join the span. Yeah, that's gonna be foobar. Save that. Now you have this. You know? And if you want to render foobar, you do this. You open up, for example, here, accounting content at foobar. And you do that. Right? You go here. You go to accounting. And you have foobar here. But it's a bit out of scope because, you know, I just pasted it in without checking, right? And you have this thing. It's that easy, you know? It's that fucking easy. And then you have a CSS style sheet. For example, this. With all the things beautifully laid out. So you're gonna have a beautiful layout, a beautiful colors all over the place. But Anthony, where do we find that? Well, on the internet. You go to, for example, chat CN because it's pretty cool. You click this thing, right? Then you go to themes here, themes. You select something here. For example, hey, I want this theme. That looks pretty cool. Or this green. That looks pretty cool. Customized. You could even do this, and 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 this. And then dark mode. Boom. Copy code. Copy. And then paste it in here. Paste it in here. Save it. And you're good to go. It's that easy, guys. But why do... Yeah. That's how we do that. Now we need to delete this foobar thing out of accounting. Just like this. And here. You see? And you'd have zero dependencies, right? No node modules because you install ChatGN in JavaScript or something. You're gonna import the whole fucking world, right? Everybody's bullshit is in there. Couple soy devs. You don't want that. You want to keep it lean and mean, just like this, right? So you can basically compile your binary into a single file, thanks to SuperKit. What is SuperKit? The revolutionary Go framework made by Anthony GG. Start this if you want. 584 stars in 2 weeks. Working very hard on this. Believe me, in this and 1 year, it's gonna take over the world. Why? Because we're building revenue with that. Do you lift every day? What's your pre-workout? What's your workout split? Push-pull legs. All the time. For all my years. Push-pull legs. There's nothing better than that. Push-pull legs rest. Or push-pull legs and some... If you feel good, you could do an arm day or something. Or a weak point day. Or push-pull legs, go running. Push-pull legs. Potje wiepen. Brommers kieken. You know, something like that. Push-pull legs rest. Push-pull legs rest. Keep your compounds very, very heavy. Keep your accessories very voluminous. But if you do compounds, put a lot of fucking weight on it. Squats, put a lot of weight on it. Below 100 kilograms, don't even try to start. Don't even try. Stop. You're done. You're over. You know, bench press, not too heavy because that's bad. It's a bad exercise. Bench press is the only compound actually you don't need to go heavy. It's the worst exercise you can ever do for males. Because it's basically, when you bench press, you are making a bad movement for your posture. It's gonna keep you very immobile, bench press. And if you want to train for longevity, you want to train for mobility as well. And bench press is basically the worst exercise. What you could do rather is basically use dumbbell presses, because with dumbbell presses you can twist them. Right? With dumbbell presses you can. Bench is most likely you can. With dumbbells you can go more this. You can feel your shoulder where. You can feel the position where it does not hurt, where it does not feel pinched. And you can go very deep. Stretch. You could go deeper stretch. Ah. Yeah. And trust me, I have insane chest genetics. Crazy. Through the roof. Natural chest genetics. It's insane. But it's also the only thing. Do you take supplements? Creatine every day. Now I never stop taking creatine. Because creatine every day. And then supplements, fish oil, magnesium, vitamin D. Yeah, these things, and some multivitamin things from time to time. But magnesium very important. Fish oil is very important, and vitamin D is also actually very important. But in the summer it's a little bit less because you're gonna have sun exposure. But I'm sitting here in this dark hole for all the time, so I need to basically. Take these things. Some people say you should balance creatine, but I don't think so. I just take it all the fucking time. The only thing it does, it gives you a little bit more of a... It retains a little bit more water in your muscles. I don't see... I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm taking it so long, but I don't see really benefits of creatine. I mean... it should be scientifically proven, but it's not that if you're going to take it, you're going to be a monster. That's impossible. It's going to give you a little bit more water, a little bit more full of muscle, maybe a little bit more conditioned. So you could maybe have an extra lift, you know, but... So that's what I do, and then basically... I'm switching to a 4-day split. I tried different splits, but it's just like... I am an autist, you know. It's like I'm doing always the same things, always the boring things. I never switch up my exercise. Always the same exercises, always the same. Always, I never switch. Oh, I see people coming with all these crazy exercises, like and they are doing these lat these single lat pools and like all these angles. What the fuck? And they have nothing. They have 0 lats and they're doing all that stuff. Yeah. Just keep it simple, man. Do a row. Do a seated row. Do a lat pool. Do something for your rear delts and you're done. My back day is very simple. I start with band over rows. Then I do lat pull downs. I do them like this, not like this because I have an injured forearm. Then I do a seated row. Then I do fucking side raises because is it the shoulders, but it's like I don't know. I do that on and sometimes I do like the lat pull over as well, and that's it. And then I'm done. And then I do some biceps, and I'm piecing out. That's the only thing I need to do. And my bag is insane. I can show you pictures. I have an insane bag. I need to be careful if I open Instagram because there's gonna be private messages all over the fucking place. Where am I? Here. Look at that bag. Look. Look at this bag, man. Look. I have a little bit fat. He was very lean. I was very lean here. I will never be as lean again. It was before my marathon. Previous year. Look my chest genetics. I have insane chest genetics for some reason. But I have bad biceps. Yeah, my little kiddo. I was in lockdown. I was in lockdown, guys. You can see where I started from, right? You can see how skinny I was. When did I start here? You can see. Look, I no chest, no shoulders, no arms. You can see that, right? You see that? Nothing really. It's just trained, but nothing really big going on, right? My kids, my dog. Now you can see I'm bulking up here. You can see I'm really bulking up. I went from 63 to 73 kilo. Very fast, but I was very fat. But I did a lot of compounds here. Man, this girl, I swear to God, she's so irritating, man. Man, she was so annoying. Fuck it. Now you see it, there's like a lot of fat going on here, but you cannot, I mean, you cannot grow if you do not get fat with it unless you're taking steroids, right? But it's pure natural, right? There's nothing unnatural on this, right? You see it's a lot of fat going on. But when I'm going very lean, then you have this, right? Nah, don't do roids. I maybe will do it when like a TRT or something to keep things going because I'm stagnating right now. I will do that for sure. Why not? Why not? At a certain point of time, it's like the recovery, man. I'm 37. The recovery process is hard. It's getting way harder. So a little bit of a testosterone would be very welcome. Yeah, I think the key to find the exercises you like the most. Yeah, you just find something and you just do it all the time. Doesn't really matter. If you pull left, right, up, down, just pull and you're gonna get muscle. It's simple as that. Doesn't creatine make you bald? I don't know. I was bald before. Well, I'm not really bald. I'm just bald. I'm just not. I'm just not like completely full of hair, right? Why are you talking about a man's personal health? I mean, he's just asking advice, man. Let him do that. It's fine. Personal advice. Benjamin, push pull legs cardio 6 months, went down from 25 kilograms 6 months. That's amazing, man. These things, as I want to hear, that's so amazing. People making progress, and then once you have the ball rolling, nobody's gonna stop you anymore. Okay, 2-hour stream. So I think this problem is something I need to debug. Should be some small thingy that I oversee, or some weird stuff that's happening. But besides that, I'm actually very happy with how these things go. Actually, I built this. I'm not gonna lie. It's like once I had the hang of it, I built this pretty fast. Yeah, this I need to make sure that if we have this, if there is a bug. If something went wrong, I need to make sure that it's not showing this document. If there are no files, it cannot show it. Yeah, and then of course I need to just double check PNG is not allowed, so I need to check that. But that's pretty easy, right? This backend code doesn't take any time, right? It's the whole design, figuring out like, okay, how does this needs to look? Because if I look at the Figma, let me show you something here. This Figma thing, I hope. remember the Figma incident? Holy shit, the Figma incident, man. The Figma incident. We fixed the Figma incident. This thing, I can't even find this, man. It's like this bunch of idiots. Brother, I could literally make this app without Figma, just with Tailwind components, and design it all myself from the back of my mind, without all these things. And they spent like, and then you have this. And then you have this, guys. So this, be honest here, guys. Please be honest with me. This is what it needs to look like. This. And this is what they get. This is what they get. This is how it needs to look like. This is what they get. Different colors, different layout, different everything. What is best? A designer that they pay money, working with 2 people, that basically flawed over from whatever fucking country, I don't know, to London to work closely to get this done. And then some random YouTuber on the internet sucks this out of his stump in a morning. Give me your honest opinion. This color makes me blind. I swear to God, I cannot even read these things. This, I have no fucking clue what this is. I do not understand this. I cannot comprehend this. I mean, is this coming from Dribble? Is this a new meta or something? I mean, what the hell is that? An error in orange. I mean, hello? I mean, and then this. Look at that. Could be Stripe. Could be literally something from Stripe. How many are your company? How many of you are in the company? I don't know, 30 people or something? How many do we have? A lot. think we have 30 people. And tag 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people. Look what we have. I mean, this looks. Okay, this is like okay-ish. I mean, but still, like. I mean, this doesn't. I mean, this is like. I explained them so many times, like, hey. You're designing on a blank page. That's very wide. Users, most of the time, not always have these wide screens. So what's gonna happen is that if you shrink your screen, how are you going to handle this? Listing traits should not be like this. It's like these tables with this thing. It's like this. Where is this thing? This is hard to do, because when your table shrinks, this thing, then you need to basically make it no progress, and then it's like it's all this complexity that they make this so fancy, but then this is like, what the hell is that even? I don't understand that. The contrast really on the blue box and the text and design is not great. No, it's not. I don't even understand. That's the first thing you see as a designer. It's like, hey, client, you want to use this blue? I would not recommend that. I would use a slightly less saturated tone. I would maybe do something different, right? And come up with this color or some other colors. Like, this is what I did, this is what I picked. I cherry picked this myself, which is a Tailwind color. I think it's Indigo 700. Because why? Because Tailwind already spent years and years and years on this UX, and they come up with a nice set of colors that are nice, easy to digest, easy to read. But this is like, what the hell? I mean, even somebody on school graduating could even make a better design than that. Hey, I'm so sorry that I say that. At Lanes, they arrange the design into containers. Yeah, that's what it is. The problem is it's hard to design because it's like the concept what we are doing is not that well known. It's kind of. But what I say, guys, listen. What I say, my advice, and I said this, but the problem is that they don't always listen to me. But I said, hey guys, listen. That's what I said. I'm a businessman. I go for speed. And I said, hey, listen. We are a financial company. We have a lot of charts we are doing with recurring revenue, right? So that's very hard to make. These platforms, it's very hard to get right. User interfaces, UX and all that stuff. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. But listen. If we go to Stripe, right? If we go to Stripe and you log into Stripe, right? You're gonna see how they did that. You're gonna see how they made these cards, what kind of fonts they use, what kind of colors they use, what kind of borders they use, what kind of layout they use. Do we need to copy that? Of course not. But can it inspire us to see how a company that has a lot of success spent thousands and thousands of dollars into UX and UI and finally figured out, because Stripe is very user friendly, so they probably has a lot of iterations on it. Why don't we basically try to copy some of their good ideas and keep it simple? What do you think? Sounds like a good idea? So we can just use something like this, guys. We could use Tailwind UI, tailwindui.com, and we could start using these components. And maybe we could check how these dashboards work, for example. We could get some inspiration here. Where are we? Dashboards, applications here. What can I do here? I swear to God that I saw something cool recently. Hey! I don't know, I just wanna... dashboard, for example. You see like a dashboard without a dashboard. Anyway, I swear to God that I saw a dashboard here. Anyway, you just take these components and that's it. We have the borders, everything is pinpoint precise, it's kind of good, it's chilly willy. We can go fast and focus on the implementation and on the functionality. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. But no. 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 I'm gonna do that. Because we have a lot of money. Huh? We raised so much funding, so now we can't spend it all. That's not what you do. That's not what you do. I think it gives us it gives me some good ideas. And that's why I jumped in. Because somebody else from the company could do that, but what's gonna happen is that if somebody else do it, because it's not the funniest part to do, like I implemented basically all the components in the thing. I implemented them manually myself. Nobody else did that. I did it. But I did it because I knew that if somebody else would do it, that he or she would blindly copy the design. You know what I mean? It's not that they are worse than me, that I'm better. No, it's because they are way more employee than me, right? They would 100% copy paste that. This color, this font, this brightness, this everything, the spot, the spacing, the thingies, the wingies, the flingies, the bringies, the woozies, the floozies. They would copy paste the exact thing and would make it exactly as here without asking any fucking question. And that's the problem. And that's why I'm doing it. Because I spot a lot of problems, and not only in design, but also in like the way it needs to function and all that stuff, because I have way more experience in the app, in the mechanics of the app, right? Not in design, but in the mechanics of the app. And that's why I'm doing it myself, because otherwise we have something that's not really usable. I thought Levany was your idea, your company. Listen, once you have a company at a certain scale, nothing is your idea anymore, right? Once you have a company at a certain scale, it's not going to work anymore. I think the design, like we implemented that way, that like how I made it back in the day. I think it should be somewhere here. This is what it was. This was our dashboards. Kinda. It was kind of these shenanigans how we made that. It was like, but it worked, right? Yeah. What the fuck is that? What the hell is this even? So what they do is they see these applications and they start copy pasting stuff from that, right? And you see, like I like this design, right? This is a smooth design. Look at this. This is smooth. This is soft. This feels like I wanna lick it. It's so good that I wanna lick it. I can see that. But then you're here and it's like. I mean, it's kind of cool. I mean, these colors are kind of nice, right? This is something what they did well. Like this chart, like these colors, they fit so well. Like, look at that. It's like suddenly, I don't know. It seems like this is made by somebody else. It's like this is perfect. This thing looks really good. Like this, I like that. I really love it. But then you have this color, and it's all, and this color. It's like we have 4 different colors. I don't understand this. And then you have this color, and then it's I don't know, guys. It really frustrates me. You can feel that. There is a lot of frustration in this. All right. Unlucky then. Yeah. At a certain point of time, you get a lot of VC pressure, and everything needs to be corporate. Everything needs to be. I'm gonna be honest. At a certain point of time, it's gonna work like this. That's why you never ever in your life want to deal with VCs. It works like this. So you start with a small application, a small app, scale up, startup, right? And then you're gonna get VC funding. VC funding, right? You got some money. This is money, right? And you're gonna promise, you're gonna deliver. You're gonna say, okay, we have this app, we're gonna scale this app to this. We're gonna scale it. That's why we have this money. Thanks to this money from the VC, we can scale our application, right? You're gonna promise what you're gonna do. But then the VC is gonna, then you're gonna say, hey, we have 2 engineers. 2 engineers. 1 engineer, 2 engineers. And the VC is gonna say no. Yeah, but these are very good engineers. They work very lean. They are very good. They work very hard. They work very late. They can do a lot of stuff. No. You need at least 5 engineers. You need that. And you're also doing stuff with this AI, right? You're gonna categorize label. You're gonna use some machine learning to categorize stuff. Yeah, we're gonna do that. But we have somebody that can do that. We can figure it out. He knows what he's doing. No. Is he a data engineer? No, he's not a data. No. You need a data engineer. Okay, hire a data engineer. Right? And who's gonna manage these guys? Yeah, but these guys are they can work very no. You need a PM. You need a project manager. You need that. Okay, project manager to manage these guys. And before you know, you have 4 million. 4 million in the bank. But before you know this 4 million, because every stupid thing that happens here, because you need to, and scale, is going to be depleted. 2 million, 1 million. So the moment you raise 4 million, the day after you need to raise 20. You know? Like it takes time. So you raise 4 million, 8 million. The day after that, you start raising 20 million. You know? And if you cannot start raising 20 million, after 4 or 5 years, it's GG well played. And the company is bankrupt because you're out of money. And if you're going to raise money 1 month up before your runway is depleted, it's not going to work out. Right? So you are founders as a CEO, co-founders, right? You're basically hijacked. The moment you raise your Series A, you're hijacked. Because the only thing you're going to do is raise money to pay this. So who's going to do your product? The moment you raise this capital is the moment you sold your soul to the devil. That's what it is. Benjamin, I work at Invoice Ninja. We do invoicing app with open source, fully self-funded, perfect, amazing. A few VCs tried to reach us, but our requirement was to keep original team, instantly declined. Yeah, that's what it is. Right. But that's the startup game. That's the startup game you play, right? You create a small startup, you raise money, right? You don't even have a product, right? That's the thing. Like these startups, they don't even have a product. You raise money, it's going to be a seed of only 50K, 150K, right? Then you're going to, boom. You're going to hire some people, you're going to do an MVP, you're going to raise a seed, Series A or something, what is going to be 2 million or something, boom. And then, boof, then you're going to, this is basically pre-seed, I think, or as a, whatever. And then you're going to have 8 million or something, right? And you don't have nothing, right? You just have a bunch of Fugazi going on. A bunch of Fugazi, 8 million. And then you're gonna have 20 million, and hopefully you're gonna sell between here. This is where you exit. This is where you exit, because if you don't exit here, right, you have nothing. You have nothing of your company anymore. The moment here, you're done. You don't have any shares anymore. Here you don't. You have maybe 3, 4, 5, 8%. That's it. So you exit here. And what did you build? Did you save the world? No, you just basically fugazied your way. You fugazied your way into creating the evaluation on paper and exiting, just like Twitter, right? Exactly like Twitter, right? Twitter was garbage, and they just after so many years. But Twitter is basically another story. That was, but most of the time you have these things, right? And you exit. That's the plan. And I don't want to be that guy, you know. Of course, I mean, that's nothing for me, right? You need to be a specific person to do that. I am more of somebody that wants to make something, create a real good product, and if you have something real good, people will buy it, and you will make a living out of that, and you can sell it. You can sell it after that for some money. If you really grow, if you really make it grow, if you really have some good metrics, you can sell it for a couple million, and that's fine. And you can try this a couple times. You're gonna fail a couple times, and you're gonna win a couple times, and you're gonna make a good bang for your buck. Depends on how you do it, but I think that's the beauty of. Sounds like a scam, but it is. It is. The only problem I see with venture capital is that you must make sure your investors you do something with their money, even maybe it's not the best thing. Correct. That's actually what it is, right? They give you a bunch of money, and they expect you to spend that money in growth, right? So they want you to do big, hard marketing campaigns. They want you to do big, hard hiring campaigns. They want you to grow. They want you to buy other companies with the money. But it's all debts on debts on debts, and no, I don't believe in that way. It's all about exiting at the right time, I guess. Hey guys, but I'm gonna dip in. To be honest, the last few minutes are one of the most important things I've heard on this channel. Yeah, but I cannot talk too much about it because most of my viewers, they are just engineers, right? So they don't have any benefit of hearing these VC startup thingies, right? From time to time, it's good, but that's how it is. That's how it is. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a nice weekend. And tomorrow, Belgium versus I don't know who it is on the European Championship soccer. Football, how do you say that? Soccer seems so weird and football seems American football. I would say football because you're actually playing the ball with your foot. Football. So tomorrow we need to win, right? Because we're gonna win we're gonna win it. We have a big chance because what's his name again? Lukaku! He's gonna score a lot of goals. Guys, thanks for watching. See you soon. Have a nice weekend. Love you all.